What is up, everybody? It is Dennis and Andy with your movie review for the week. We just came from it. You can see he's still slurping on that big ass Mr. Pibb. And guys, this is one we've been looking forward to for 2 years. 2 years. The second part of the Mission Impossible, the last Mission Impossible movie, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. You know it's Tom Cruise. And that man is like wine, Dennis. He just gets better with age.
Yeah, he does. Now, he is aging, and there's a few shots you can see it, but I will say this. That man can still, and he still does all these own stunts. It's just amazing. We have been really excited.
He is currently 62 years old.
Yep.
Which means 61 when he filmed it.
He moves like a 40-year-old.
What's that?
He moves like a 40-year-old.
Oh, totally. Totally. Yeah, what's this movie about, Dennis?
So, guys, I will say this. The caption is, it's our lives are the sum of our choices, right? And this is the 8th movie in the installment. So if you've watched all 7 so far, which we have, that sums it up completely. Every choice that he's made from the very first movie, which was 96?
Yeah, it was like 30 years ago.
Yes, and I thought that was great. They popped something about that in the movie. Every single thing that he has done winds up having an effect, and it leads all up to this, what should be the final installment of the movie.
It's the typical, it's like the butterfly effect. You do this, this happens. You do this, this happens. One of the things, and we're not talking spoilers.
This is spoilers.
One of the things that we were talking about before the movie that I said was, and I might have said this on one of our DNA shows. I said, it's been 2 years. I sincerely hope at the beginning of the movie they work in a creative way shots from the previous movie to get people up to speed, because I didn't get a chance to watch the previous one right before this. So, and let me tell you guys, not only did they do that, they weaved in throughout the movie, and they did it so well, writing wise, images from, I believe, every movie. And it was just done so well. It didn't seem out of place, like, oh, here's a flashback or blah, blah. They just did it so well. Obviously, the movie, starts, and they even reference a little while in the movie, and this isn't a spoiler, but 2 months. This is 2 months after the stuff that happened in the previous movie. So you get that, and it just starts kicking, and it's a thrill ride. If you've seen these movies, that, every time he has to do something, there's always some proverbial wrench that gets thrown into it. It's never as easy as you want it to be. And that is part of the fun of these movies, is seeing how they write him and get him out of these little jams. But, from a character standpoint, Ethan Hunt is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is Ethan Hunt. And I would imagine for him, filming these is like just putting on a t-shirt that just fits so well.
Yeah. One thing I would say is, if you haven't seen the last movie, I would probably watch that.
Oh yeah.
Because this literally picks
you have to
right after they're tied. It really is part 2 of Dead Reckoning. But if you hadn't seen the other ones, like Andy said, they do a nice job of exposition. To me, the exposition might have been a little long, but overall, a lot of it was necessary. I do love the fact that it showed a lot of Tom Cruise's stuff all the way back in the beginning. You got to see how young he was. Babyface Cruise back in 96.
Oh my God. Even Courtney said that.
How many how many actors have the stones to do that? Because we all age and stuff like that. A lot of them be like, oh no, 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 no. But Tom's like, yep, why not? And I don't blame him. It was great. It picks up where it is. He's got his team. And like I said, the story literally picks up right where it leaves off. We get introduced to a couple of new characters, which are great. We all know Hannah Waddingham. Plays. We all know her from Ted Lasso and stuff. She was great in it. She actually plays an admiral that's on it into the fleet. She was awesome. But I'm going to say the one thing I told Andy, I had a comment I had to say. Trammell Tillman, Mr. Milchek, from those of you that watch Severance, was Captain Bledsoe on the nuclear submarine. I love his character so much. I hope they do some kind of a spinoff with that character. Please do Severance, but also you've got to do that.
Oh, they're not going to do that.
I hope they do.
They won't. Him and Hannah were basically like cameo appearances. They were both fantastic. You know, seeing her, because she's British, so do an American accent was great. And yeah, I only know him from Severance. I don't know if you know him from anything else, but I only know him from Severance. And seeing him play a totally different character was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much we want to say about it because we don't want to give anything away.
The action was fantastic. The stunts were what you expected. You've seen the trailers. I know you have. So the ones that you see, boy, he takes everything to a new level. Like I said, it's a little slow. Guys, it's 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Oh, you thought long. It was slow?
There's a little bit in the beginning that I thought was slow because there was a lot of.
Are you talking before the credits or after
the beginning? Right. The very beginning of the movie. There's a
no, I didn't think so at all. I thought it was
a lot of exposition dump. I thought. And for those of us that have seen everything, I was like, okay, we've seen that before. We've seen that. Okay, they're bringing people up to speed. Got it. For those of you with good memories, you might find it a little slow. Those of you with bad memories who haven't seen it all, it really brings you up to speed so you didn't have to sit down and watch everything. That's what I would say with it. But as soon as they're done with it, it really kicks in. And I will tell you, everybody in there, Nick Opperman was in it. The regular cast, Pom being back in there, she was great in this one. I didn't know how much she was going to be in this one, quite a bit. Like I said, I enjoyed everything. The action was great. The acting was great. I loved all the characters. This one has a much darker tone than any of the other ones.
Oh, yeah.
And
I really think this is the last one because look at it like this. Tom Cruise is 62. He's not getting any younger. It's not like even if they were like, come on, let's do a 9. Here's the story. He's like, ooh, I could use the money. I think he's looking to move on from this. And Courtney was actually looking up on the way home, my daughter, and I guess next year he has a comedy coming out. Now, there's no name to it yet, but it's in production. And in Top Gun Maverick 3, he has himself confirmed is also in the initial production stage.
Good stuff in the hopper. Nice.
So I'm hoping he leaves, this was a perfect wrap-up ending. If they want to relaunch Mission Impossible in a few years, like with a new Ethan Hunt and stuff, go ahead. But for this run with Tom Cruise, I mean, the man has left his mark on it. And yeah, I just got to touch on, I so disagree about the beginning being slow. Like it is 2 hours and 49 minutes long and it didn't feel like it at all to me. And I usually feel that stuff.
So usually, like, I didn't look at my watch, so I'm not saying it dragged out or it seemed overly long. But again, they could have trimmed out some of that if you had watched them. Like I said, you guys will let us know down in the comments because I know a lot of you are going to go see it. I just think they had a little too much exposition for some of it. But other than that, I was going to say I think this is a great movie. It went off. It was a great finale, a great ending. When I look at complete, franchises, honestly, this might be one of my favorite franchises now. They ended it so perfectly. They didn't pull a Lost on us by screwing up the ending.
No.
It was a love letter. So hats off to everybody, all the cast and crew. Um, uh, Haley, she was Atwell. She was so awesome in this. Like I said, I loved everybody in this. So guys, I'm telling you, see this on the big screen. There are so many scenes where you're going to go, oh, ooh, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. The theater had a lot of oohs and ahs in it. Worth seeing on an IMAX if you can.
Yeah. And just, to dive into the story just a little bit more, the basic gist is there's this AI that's wants to take over the world. And Tom Cruise has a plan on how to stop it. He's got to confer with the president. There's some nice, fun moments in there when the president and the secretaries of defense and everybody are meeting, and Ethan Hunt's there and stuff. It's just a fun movie. And speaking of favorite franchises, I'm trying to think past at all the 8 movies, and I'd have to rewatch them all, but there's not, and correct me, let me know what you think. I don't think there's a bad one in the bunch.
No, Fallout was probably my favorite. There was one somewhere, was it 2 maybe, that was probably my least favorite, but it's been a while since I've watched them.
And
all of them were solid. There was not
that's what I'm saying.
Bad one.
I'm not saying all 8 are on the same level. What I'm saying is Iron Man was great. Iron Man 2 was like, and Iron Man 3 was like, So with these, it's not that you look at it and go, Mission Impossible 3 was, you just go, no, it was solid. But if you rank 1 through 8, that's what you'd have to do. But they were all good. Like, as a franchise, it's like Lord of the Rings. All 3 of them were great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Star Trek. Star Trek's my favorite, but there's some stinkers in there. Star Trek 5 was a stinker. Mission Impossible doesn't have a stinker.
Right. All right. Well, let's CGC grade it. Whose turn is it?
I think it's my turn this shot.
Well, knock it out of the park, my friend. I have a feeling I know where we're both going. I
am giving this a 9.0. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really good. Being that long, I made it without going to the bathroom. Andy should be proud of me for that. And yes, I already had filled this one. So, guys, my bladder managed to hold out. And I'm glad because there weren't a lot of spots to just run to the bathroom.
Dude, there were none. Honestly, guys.
The submarine part, I could have probably run out when with all the torpedoes. That would have been about it. So, guys, 9.0, great. Like I said, go see it. Tom Cruise, hats off to you. You've done a great job. And the whole cast, really, I loved everything about it.
Yep, I'm right there with you. 9.0. And same thing. It was just such a fun thrill ride, such a way to cap off such a great franchise, such a great way to kick off the summer movie scene because it is Memorial Day weekend. And Tom's got another hit on his hands. And, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does next. And hey, Tom, I know you're probably going to watch this. You're 62, buddy. You can stop doing the coloring. Let us see what the silver fox looks like, Tom.
I did love that when the scene on the airplane where his hair is clapped, like you see it on but you can see a little gray and stuff up there. I'm like, okay, they at least put a little gray in there. I did.
Yeah. All right. What are there even anything up on IMDb and stuff?
Yeah, let's just see what we've got. IMDb has a 7.6. Now I know IMDb is low, but that's a little low in my mind.
Low.
The tomato meter, we only have critics, so the audience hasn't seen it yet. The critics are saying 79. So,
low.
Yeah, I think so too. I will be curious in a week once everybody goes out to see it, what the popcorn meter actually is, because I've got a feeling it's going to be a bit higher than that. So, but we will see. Maybe Andy and I are off, but I know we thoroughly enjoyed it. I know your daughter enjoyed it, and listening to other people in the theater, everybody seemed to enjoy it really well in there. So that's all we can say. We're regular people, not critics.
That's right. I was just going to say, take it from us, two regular guys that have the most in common with you. You're going to love this movie. Go see it on the big screen over this 3-day weekend. Treat yourself to it. And there you go. That is it. Also, you will be able to treat yourself very soon to Lilineth, Infernal Conflict, the next book coming from the world of Kor-Drath. Guys, the sign up link is in the description below. Go sign up so you don't miss out on when the book launches very soon. And that is the homage cover. The main cover is on the sign up page. I could show it now, but I want you to go sign up. So do that. And the DNA show, Dennis and Andy, will see you next Wednesday at 3:30. So until then, have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
And we will catch you guys then. Bye-bye, everybody.